If I could count the stupid things I do for you, or just for a taste, I'd make it to 1,000,000 just to realize it was all just a chase. Oh, what a waste. I hope you know what you've done. I won't be here when you're running back, 'cause you don't have anyone. I bet you think your honey tastes like sugar, but honey sugar don't taste that bitter. Baby, you ain't sweet. Look at what you did to me. Oh, I bet your money that you look back later, but baby, money won't make this better. Baby, love ain't cheap. Look at what you did to me. Look at what you did. Look at what you did. Silver chains and promise rings never really meant to sing, did they? Get the things that you really want from me. I hope you know what you've done. I won't be here when you're running back, 'cause you don't have anyone. Don't you think your honey tastes like sugar? But honey sugar don't taste that bitter. Baby, you ain't sweet. Look at what you did to me. Oh, that's your money that you look back later. But baby, money won't make this better. Baby, love ain't cheap. Look at what you did to me. Ooh, look what you did to me, baby. Look what you did to me, baby. Oh, look what you did to me, baby. Look what you did to me, baby. I bet you think your honey tastes like sugar, but honey sugar don't taste that bitter. Baby, you ain't sweet. Look at what you did to me. Oh, I bet your money that you look back later, but baby, money won't make this better. Baby, love ain't sweet. Look at what you did to me.
Go to church on Sunday, back to work on Monday, tear it up on Tuesday, Wednesday mellow down, throw one back on Thursday, fuck it up on Friday, shut it down on Saturday, when we hit the town. Fresh off work, I'm trying to get paid. Cash my check, I feel like I'm rich. Party all night, it's sounding like this. Way too drunk, it's time to kick back. Lost my keys and now it's too packed. Let's stay the night till I crash. I'm just cooling minding my business. I ain't worried about what they say. If you wanna know how I'm going, no complaint. Never know how to go little show these men thoughts and they face. No express them living life my way. Go to church on Sunday, back to work on Monday, tear it up on Tuesday, Wednesday mellow down, throw one back on Thursday, fuck it up on Friday, shut it down on Saturday, when we hit the town. I wish every day was Friday. I wish every day was Friday. I wish every day was Friday. No, I can't complain. And no, I'm not ashamed. Giving my whole life, just day by day. Go to church on Sunday, back to work on Monday, tear it up on Tuesday, Wednesday mellow down, throw one back on Thursday, fuck it up on Friday, shut it down on Saturday, when we hit the town. I wish every day was Friday. I wish every day was Friday. wish every day was Friday.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Wish every day was Friday, but it's not. But today is, and this is the dive. Good morning. It's Friday, the 21st of February. Holy crap, February's gone already. Hope everyone is doing well. I'll talk about my title in a couple of minutes. Alex, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I slept in a little, which I was just like, meh, whatever. It was like half an hour.
That's good, man.
And then I got up and the markets are all green and it's Friday and yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm feeling like it's gonna be a good day. What are your thoughts?
yeah, the markets are green. That's always nice, and yeah, it's been a good day so far over here. I can tell you that it's going to be okay. Here
That's
in the
awesome.
future, here in the future, it's okay.
You're in the okay, 7 hours in the future, so we're still okay in 7 hours. So that's good.
Yeah.
Big,
I haven't ended the world yet.
Bitcoin dominance 59.99%. The first time I've seen under 60% like a week, but 0.01, we'll take it. Vet, good morning.
What up?
How's it going? How was your trip back? I didn't talk to you yesterday. How was your trip back from Georgia?
Oh, long and exhausting. I ended up taking a little nap yesterday, but the bonus of that is I'm up early today, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, markets are looking a little better. I'm a little nervous. It may just be a little weekend pump.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit. I don't know. I would normally say I probably agree. For some reason, I feel like just the way this week has kind of been that maybe not. Maybe we are gonna, hit a little bit of a better level that we can work with a little bit. But there is always that risk in the back of my mind for sure that we're gonna have all of a sudden just have a quick drop, right? So I'm just watching Doge right now. Down about 0.5% on the hour. So not really anything. The markets are pretty flat right now. So yeah, you're right. Although there is a lot of good news happening, right? So that's kind of that too. Cool. Morning.
Well, good morning to you.
Morning, bro. Morning, bro. GM to everyone in the space. What's good, brother?
Yeah. What's good? Alex, did you ever get your Cato airdrop thing figured out? Because I actually did get some.
Yeah, apparently you have to have base in your wallet, and then you can get money.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to get it was like $4 or $5 in fees. So you can either use ETH or Base in your Base wallet, and it will let you get it. But it was like $100 or something. I'm like, I've been on the app for like 3 days, so I was like, geez, imagine if we actually did something and we're on it for any period of time, right, Colt?
Oh right, I thought I wouldn't get any, so I haven't really.
I know, me
tried.
too.
Okay.
Me too. I was like, well, I'm gonna keep trying until I freaking. And then
I
it
wouldn't
says,
I wouldn't mind $300. That's at least first
yeah.
breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like 100 or something like that, and then like it went up last day. It was like $1.90 at one point.
Oh, so you didn't stake it then?
No, I didn't stake it. Should I?
I don't know.
I sold half. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna take half out. It's a little spending money. We're gonna have dinner tonight. Whatever, right? Free money. I like free money. But I didn't stake it. I don't know if I should. Did you stake yours, Cold?
No. I didn't stake mine. So I actually sold like I think $1.1, and this morning I wasn't expecting it to go that high, but then I think the community is fucking bullish on crypto. So yeah, I'll just position for the next airdrop. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about free. It can keep giving me free money. I still have no idea what the hell's going on. Nobody can figure it out. We can't seem to get yaps or whatever the hell we're supposed to get. But as long as it keeps giving us free money, I'm all about it. We'll continue to do it.
AJ, good morning. Boo, morning, light, morning, Leo, morning, afternoon. I know you guys, you're in Nigeria, so it's like 2 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon for you guys. Yeah, so let's get into the markets a bit. So yeah, like we said, 3.27 trillion market cap now. I want to say it was 3.21 when I did my update 8 hours ago. So we're still going up, and the nice thing about that is that the Bitcoin dominance is actually going down and not up. So it did start to go up again last night, and I was kind of watching that a little bit. But like I said when I got up this morning, it's at 59.99%. So that's something we like to see. And hopefully that continues for the day. Or, like Ved said, this is going to be a very mean bull trap. But we'll play it by ear and see what happens. So, volume right now, we did hit over 200 million again. 200 million or billion? Yeah, again in the last 24 hours. So, up 1.5%. Fear greed is at 42. It's been kind of floating between that 35 to 50 range for a little while now. For experienced traders, we like to see this. I mean, it means things are cheap. This is the time when we actually buy and, pad our bags. And anyone who, is a experienced investor knows when is the right time to buy in the market and not. When everybody else is afraid of the market, that's when you should be going in, right? The old saying about, running into the fire and everybody else running it out, or, however it goes. Yeah. So that's kind of just the way, that is. So, 98,951. I almost thought we were going to hit 100K yesterday, Vet. We were like flying for a bit and nobody could figure out why. Did we ever figure out, kind of what was going on yesterday? Alex, Vet, you guys know?
There were some actually relatively big buys that I don't think anyone knows who it was. So that was kind of one of the weird things yesterday, was there was some very large Bitcoin purchases and nobody knows who it was. So.
Well, and the weird thing about that is that the outflows, ETF outflows, hit like a record like the last few days. They had like a 4-day in a row loss or something like that. So like it's weird, right? So like the ETFs are getting a lot of outflows, but there is big purchases coming in. So like, is that indicative of like maybe a government somewhere, or is that like a private person, or like where do you think that's coming from? Because it's kind of weird, right?
A lot of people are speculating that it could be government pre-buy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I know there is a ton of wallets out there that people watch that are government wallets, and it's fun for them to try and figure out which government owns which. But yeah.
I tend to think it's possible. Like I said, because I mean, we all know the time frame of what's going on. Even with the United States, but other countries adopting right now. So to me, I don't know. I have an open mind on this, but historically, I mean, we know of other people that make large purchases. So I wouldn't put it past someone like, Mr. 100 or, honestly, to be dead ass with you. If you don't think people like Michael Saylor are buying with their own wallets during these times, then you're crazy as well. So there's a lot of possibilities, and we know that there's people out there that can do some really crazy shit. Like in one quick, I won't rant, but that Mr. 100, there are time frames when he'll go start buying 100 Bitcoin a day, and he'll do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks straight. So, there's some people out there, man. There are.
Yep, for sure. Interesting. Morning clean. So yeah, and then Ethereum did start to go back up yesterday. It's up 3% on the week. Pretty much one of the actual only gainers besides like Tron and Litecoin, Mantra for some reason. Mantra's crazy. I know that I did briefly see on my timeline. I now look at my own timeline for headlines. We'll go over that in a second. But
I'm quite proud of myself. I just have to say, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but fuck, man. Um, so yeah, so Ethereum did start to go back up yesterday. We're at $28,001. I think there's a support around 2,700 something, right? But I think we were bouncing around a little bit in that area.
Yeah, when you draw up the lines, I think there's a little bit of uh, you know wiggle room. Don't get me wrong, but yes, holding that 2,600 level and keeping closer to the 2,800 side is the levels that we needed to watch hold through this dip. If we would have broke down from that, like let's say we turned in a 24-hour candle under 26, we probably would have been heading down to 22 or, maybe a candle wick into the 21s or something, right? But really, yeah, 27 to 28, those are the important levels that Ethereum needs to hold right now.
Good. Yeah. I was trolling the timeline a little bit about the Ethereum thing because there's still the people that are Ethereum is dead. Oh look, it was 2,700 last year. Oh look, it was 2,700 the year before. Look at this. And I just giggle. I'm like, cool. Yeah. You just wait.
Well,
um.
it is 2,700 and 2,800 right now until it
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah. Until it
And then
isn't.
all of a sudden you're either
I
sitting
think.
there smiling or you're sitting there crying. That's the
Yeah.
two options.
Exactly. Because I think the next big support is around 3,200, right? Like we have a pretty big jump from here.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of that $200 level.
Yeah.
I think you could very well see some spikes up to the 34 level. And then what you'll be looking at is holding above that 3,200 level. So you might chop a little bit between 32 and 34. And then
Right.
as soon as you can, and it's that same concept, if you can close a 24-hour candle above 34, you're going to be looking to that next step to the upside versus if you close a 24-hour candle below 32, then you may be looking for that retest to the 2,800 level.
Yep. Good. That's awesome. No, I'm kind of I don't know. I have to say I haven't minded it the last few days. I've been taking advantage of it and trying to collect as much ETH as I could. So I've been taking little profits here and there from things and swapping them into ETH or even like USDC for now, but mostly ETH because it's just at such a good level and it's way easier to get 0.1 now than trying to get 0.1 probably in even a month from now. We'll see how it goes, but once it starts going, yeah, we'll see what happens. XRP is at $2.66, kind of flat on the week, down 1% on the day, 2% on the week. BNB is at 664. Solana is at 177, up 2.5% today, still down 11% on the week. Alex, Sol, do you think we recover to 200, or what's the catalyst here to make this go? Like it seems like we kind of leveled a bit, but we were way down. Alex.
I'm here. I'm just inviting people, and then in another conversation. Sorry. The question
You're good.
was, yeah. Vet, take over.
Solana. I'm looking at Solana. So we're still down 11% on the week, but we're up 2.5% last day. It's at 177. Do we see 200 again anytime soon, or what do we think is happening with Sol right now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just so confusing with Solana because it just dropped back so far, and then all the uncertainty with the token release. It's just like I'm just not touching it.
Yeah, maximum pain.
Yeah, it's just like it could go either way, and I'm just like I'm just gonna sit. I mean. Yeah, I mean, you could throw in. Well, I'm on the weekly at
Yeah.
the moment. Let me go back to the 1 minute.
I mean, the thing is listen, like, okay, I'm a fodder. I always say, like, listen, I've been warning people about Sol for quite some time. Everybody knew this was going to happen at some point. I don't know what the catalyst is right now that saves Solana. I don't see that there's anything in the near future that will. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money if we don't if we don't figure it out, I guess, realistically. So I don't know. I don't even know why we're back at 177, to be honest. I figured we'd probably stay around that 150 range for a while. So I guess we're still kind of ahead of the game for a little bit.
I don't know. Some of the Bitcoin maxis have moved over to Solana, so maybe that was why.
Why?
They thought
That's interesting to me. Bitcoin
they
Solana.
wanted to make lots of money by rugging people, I guess.
Yeah. I've been shorting and longing the last few days. Did a little 100% on a Bitcoin run from 94K. So I cashed it out yesterday because I didn't want to be greedy, which is why Bitcoin kept going up. So that's good. You're welcome, everybody. And because I feel like buying the actual tokens right now is just not working. It's just it seems to be so much I don't know, volatility like in the actual coins themselves, right?
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, in the trenches, it's real scary.
I haven't been in the trenches. I've been in my own trenches, my own brain trenches. I'll talk about that after we do the markets here. But Doge is sitting at 20, just under 26 cents. Still down 5% on the week, but we are making a little bit of a recovery. So as everyone knows, I do watch Doge very carefully. That is one of the catalysts that I use when I'm determining what's happening in the market. For the most part, I would say 95% of the time it does me very well. So it is something that, just when you're talking about patterns and looking at charts, that's how I do it, is I look at patterns, right? So I've noticed the last several months for sure that Doge has a coinciding movement with how the markets are going. So that's something I talked about several times. And that's something I look for. Cardano is at 80 cents. Tron is the other one up, still 6% on the week, to 24.6 cents. Chainlink is at $18.82. That's up 5% in the last 24 hours. Sui is at $3.48. Sui had a good run up, and we're up. It's up 6% on the day. So another one of those that I've been accumulating in the last few days. So I've been taking profits out of the Sui, tokens that I have, and also doing some longs and shorts on Sui. And that has afforded me the ability to save up some Sui. I'm going to keep collecting that, but just something to keep in mind. It's at a good level. Stellar XLM is at 34 cents. Litecoin 134.93, up 5% on the day. HBAR Hedera is at 22 cents. Ton is $3.67. Mantra, which I was saying, is up 36% on the week to $7.55. Uniswap $9.46. Monero is up 2% to $237.85. I believe there was a Monero story posted as well. Aave is at $264.58. Ondo $1.22. Internet Computer is $7.40. Man, that has a long way to go to hit all-time highs. That is a potential easy 100x. The official Trump token, $16.95. That's been hovering around $17 for the last $17 for the last couple of days. And down 18% on the week, however. Caspa is at 10 cents. VeChain, 3 cents. That one doesn't really move too much. Down 5% on the week, but up 5% on the day, so it's kind of even.
If you'd have bought Caspa even just a couple days ago, though, it was at 8.5, and anybody looking, a very clean run up to 13.5, and then above, if it can break that, you're looking 18 to 22, 24 cents on Caspa. maybe in the next month or two. Maybe.
Yeah, only 2.7 billion market cap. Maybe you could make me a video on how to buy the shit though. Because I have tried to figure out a couple of times and I got
Well,
frustrated and
do
just
you want easy or do you want more affordable? Because easy is as simple as download
change.
yourself a Casper wallet, then you go to MoonPay, you
Yeah.
fucking do your thing there. Or if you have some a different currency, let's say you got some vet chain laying around, you wanted to switch over your vet chain to Caspa. Simple swap actually allows swapping to Caspa as well. Again, the only trick is you just have to have the Caspa wallet already set up for obviously the address input. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have looked at it before. Yeah, it is 2.7 billion market cap. I mean, if you do a 10x, you're at 27 billion, 100x, 270 billion. I mean, it sounds like it's something that could go like that. So we'll see.
a lot of people refer to Caspa as the silver of crypto. I really just to be open and honest, I think 100x would be a little bit of a stretch. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible, because I actually kind of do really believe in Caspa. It's one of my conviction plays, but I very clearly can see a solid 30x on Caspa, and I feel like that is more of a, how would you say, a conservative guess. I would think maybe potentially up to, somewhere 50, 60x you could really honestly look at. But conservatively speaking, Caspa by the end of this bull run, very, very clean from here, could do a 30x. I could see a $3 to $5 Caspa.
That's awesome. Yeah, I should pick up a little bag of it. I actually was just looking last night and going, okay, I really need to start I'm trying to look at things a little differently. I really need to start trimming down the amount of stuff I'm in, start taking those profits and consolidating a bit. So, but I think, I don't know. I would say Caspa is one of those things like maybe you could compare to like Hex and Pulse of last chain, which was like that one really made a lot of people, a lot of money. Those two chains that kind of came out of nowhere and kind of didn't, but I don't know, for some weird reason I just feel like it's the same type of thing where like all of a sudden just a lot of people are going to get very rich and a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, what just happened? So
that is a possibility with Caspa. They're very clearly looking at a bright future, right? They got the KRC-20 contracts that are going to be deployable. What they're working on, the Ghost Stack technology and the hash rate that you can mine at. Some very enticing things. Also, relatively scalable, extremely secure, relatively fast. I think you're potentially looking at Ethereum, maybe a little faster finality rate than Ethereum, but being a layer one, I think that very competitive speed, absolute top notch as far as security goes. Scalability is definitely there. Mineable, very, 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 very friendly crypto project. It can be used, a very, very high use case, can be used for payment systems and a few other things. And then also a solid project where, a lot of people could look you dead in the eyes and say, this is something that could have an ETF. Very, very feasible to see ETFs with Caspa. So,
is it deflationary or?
I probably sound like an idiot not knowing 100% of the
It's fun.
on a conviction play, right? I do believe it is inflationary. There is a burn mechanism for transactional volume, I believe, and with finite supply, because it is proof of work. It very very similar, I think, to the tokenomics of Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. So
Nice. Yeah. So right now I see max supply is 28.7 billion, and there's 25.7 billion out there. So I don't know if that means 3 billion isn't released or 3 billion is
yeah,
burned
three
or
billion.
whatever.
No, 3 billion still to go, or maybe just under. But and so that's the thing is the same as Bitcoin has its halving and everything. Caspa does as well. But the Caspa halving, I believe, is fuck. I want to say it's every 3 months or something like that. So the mineable rewards they go fast, but and I pointed that out right at the beginning there. It's very mineable still because of the hash rate at which you can mine at for Caspa. So very very efficient crypto for sure.
Is it easy to mine? Like, is it just browser? Do you have to get a node? Like, what's, do you know?
Um, uh,
I think I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, you have to go into a mining pool. So you can either create your own node or you can jump in on already a pre-existing and just pitch in the hash rate. So
Right.
both ways. If you have specifically a Caspa miner, then you can jump into a pool and perform very well. You don't have to create your own node and all that stuff.
Right.
Again, just because it's so easily mineable.
Right. FTM changed their name to Sonic. I don't know why. I don't know the story behind that, but it's up 65% on the week and 20% on the day. So I was just looking at that while we were chatting, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I've been hearing about Caspa. I've been humming and hawing about it. I've been blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I do need to. Bitcoin dominance is back over 60%. I do need to kind of I guess reel in the amount of things I'm in. So if I go into it, I definitely need to close out on some other positions. So yeah, as things have been going in in profits, I've been trying to stable them out. So we'll see what happens here in the next little bit. So a couple other things I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I did mention about the story on my time. So I am quite proud of myself. I managed to make a bot. It took me several days of not talking to anybody or doing pretty much anything else. But I did finally manage to get it figured out. So every so often, I think it's like 20, I think I have it set at like 15 minutes right now or something. Basically, a new current events news article will post. So specifically, I made it so that it won't pull anything. Like all the articles that you see would be stuff that's been announced within the last hour to two. So it is pretty current. I'm pretty happy about it. But I did talk about, for example, Maker, which I was saying. So there's $1.78 million of whale action on Maker. And then what did I say that it was up? But so there seems to be something happening with that. And then there was another story. There was another one that I saw. 134,000 SOL have been staked in 3 days. So that's good news, I guess, for in terms of the price action. What else did it go? There was the chainsaw thing yesterday was super weird. I'm not sure what that was all about. Yeah. So, anyways, I was looking for something. I do like to keep up with what's kind of going on. Current events is really important, and kind of determines what's happening with the market, good or bad. So I do think it's important that we keep up with that. And I would like to just be able to provide that for people, but I don't want to sit there and have to search through news 24/7. So I'm going to utilize tools that I can. And I felt like I was 16 again, vet, bro. Like for real, coding. I have not done that in a minute, and I just like. And then when I ran that script and it said successful, and I just like it's like, man, this is so, I miss this. Like, I have not done this in so long. It was fun. I don't know. Did you ever do any coding or anything like that, Vet?
No, not specifically. I actually, about 3 years ago, I had an app that, you know, it was very limited, but it would write basic computer code for you. You kind of tell it what you wanted it to do. And then you go into um, GitHub or whatever it is, GitHub, and then you can, run programming in there. But it was all like trial and
Oh,
error shit. It was so frustrating. It beat me up quick. So yeah, no, that was about my only little poke into the coding world. Did I go? Did I go dead here? Oh yeah, no, I hear you.
okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, for one reason, you started talking and then it just went. I'm like, hello. So yeah, I didn't hear anything you said. Sorry.
No, yeah, sorry. It was very very little. I had a coding app that would write code for you, and then you could copy and paste it into GitHub, and then run script. But it was all trial and error stuff, and it was so frustrating. It beat me up quick.
Huh. Yeah, I could have. There's some days I really, there was sometimes when I could have, I guess, got really frustrated, but um, I don't know. I had fun doing it. I'm going to continue. I have some other ideas as well. I'm not really sure what's happening now. I have something that sounds like it's going to explode. It's like doing some kind of weird countdown or something, and I don't know where it's coming from. Um, anyways,
We'll
yeah.
know once you disappear again. Then.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and if I don't come back that time, well, it's all over.
That's it.
Um. Anywho,
We'll
so
miss you.
yeah, yeah. See, it just happened again. What the fuck is that? Okay. Uh. Well, I'm just gonna, I guess, sit and go crazy. I think it might be the speaker thingy. Let me turn this off and see what happens. Yeah. So, the name, the title, the last one. I have been working also at the same time because I do need to take breaks from looking at code. Is I've been doing a rebrand. So I have decided, I actually decided a little while ago, I was going to do a rebrand and I started typing up some things. And then with everything that's happened in the last few weeks, I decided that, yeah, I need, so I'm getting rid of the excessive brightness, the, I don't know, kind of, I want to change the vibe. I want to go back to the way I was. So one of the things I need to refocus on is the love yourself, the mental health space that I run. I'm going to get back onto that. I've been mentioning it. And so, um, I just want a more streamlined and kind of cohesive, I guess, thing that kind of flows through everything. So what do I mean by that? Like, I want my spaces to be informative. They have a good vibe. They're chill. This is like the stuff that we do, but it doesn't really coincide with like the brightness and like the, the whole, the nation thing was supposed to be kind of bringing everything together. It doesn't really work the way that I wanted it to work. And so I want to kind of change the vibe of it so that it's not, yeah, we sit and we talk about crypto and other things that happen, but there is also other aspects to what we do as an entirety. We meaning myself, but also my team, which is Dan Ruggables and what we're doing. So for me, I just, like I said, for me the focus has been more on vibes since the beginning, right? It was called Vibe Vault at the beginning, things like that. So I'm just trying to determine right now if I'm going to finish my rebranding this weekend and release it next week, or if I'm going to wait a little bit. So I may or may not have a Vibe Nation dive on Monday. We'll still have a show on Monday either way. But it might be under a new brand, but I think you guys are going to like it. It kind of goes with a lot of stuff that we do. It's a little bit more relaxed, just in terms of the coloring. I've gone, a little bit darker, more of that kind of like black and red theme. Just keeping it more professional. The artwork, trying to make the artwork look better. I redid the artwork on the Love Yourself page. I was quite proud of myself with that one. I think it looks really good. It's awesome to be able to sit and be able to be creative like that. And so yeah, so that's what's happening with that. We may or may not have a different name, but we're still going to be here. You can't get rid of me that easy. So and yeah, Alex, I don't know what you're doing with this ape thing, if what you guys are doing with this or not. I'm gonna look at some news stories. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, or?
Yeah, in the Jumbotron, we've got gifted how many did you get? A few?
I was given a few, like a couple. I was given one and then a couple to give away, and I gave one already away.
Okay, so
So
there's one left. So yeah,
yeah.
if you press all the buttons on the Ugly Eight up in the Jumbotron, Steve from Ugly Apes has been very kind to gift us a few, and press all the buttons and we'll pick a winner out. Live in space, maybe this space, maybe next space. Yeah, I'm just still deciding. We'll see how it goes.
All right, that sounds good. So let's look at a couple of the stories. Morning Clean Living, by the way. What else we got? Bendadoo and Namina. Okay, so some stories here. Kanye West is rumored to be launching a meme coin. I would highly suggest two things. Either you figure out whose dick you need to suck to get that CA before it launches, or run the fuck away. That's the two options. People are gonna get hurt. I just, it's gonna happen. We can sit and we can waste our breath and tell people all we want, but we know it's gonna happen. I don't know, Alex. I'm thinking I might get on my knees. I mean,
do you think he's actually going to do it? Like he said before, he wasn't going to do it, and then, well, you never know. It's yay, so it could be, anything could happen. He could be, aligned with somebody else by,
Well, the thing is he went and said that he was misdiagnosed with bipolar and he was something else, but he had a complete manic fucking episode on the timeline for days.
Yeah, so in all caps.
I mean, like, do I think that he's gonna do it? Probably. He's wild, man. Like, just, yeah, I don't know. All I know is I haven't liked him since day one. He's fucking weird as shit too.
I think my best quote is that, he said, he went to IKEA and he said, came back from IKEA. I'm so inspired. And it's just like, yeah, the Beatles went to India for a few months and came back inspired. Ye goes to IKEA and gets inspired. It's just like,
oh man, that's, yeah. First of all, I can't imagine him in an IKEA, but okay. Just weird, man.
But maybe that's why he was so inspired, because he's never seen flat put furniture before.
Yeah. I'm wondering if all the Yi tokens are going to start running, but I would just say stay the hell away from that unless you guys, I for real, if you can get that contract or any even idea, inkling of when it's going to be released, sit, watch it, snipe it. But I'm telling
that's what you got to do. You got to set up your sniper.
Yeah.
And then if you code the bot to search through Twitter for CAs specifically for Yi tokens, man.
Yeah. That's really the way you can do it. Otherwise, if you can't get into it early enough, if you jump onto Twitter and that token's 20 minutes old, don't fucking touch that. I'm telling you right now, don't touch it. Because at any time it's gonna crash, and a lot of people again are gonna get hurt. So it'll run to hundreds of millions or maybe even a few billion, but it's going to come down, and it's going to come down hard. I can guarantee you. You better believe that Hayton and um uh fucking Dave and a couple of those other guys, they're definitely involved in it, right? So it'll be cabal run, and it will involve people who have done nothing in the last month but remove liquidity from this space at a massive rate. Well, $250 million is what they think right now that they've taken in these projects so far. There's, I think, 5 or 6 of them, right? The Matoria guy had to step down. Apparently, I was looking at something yesterday. The Jupiter guy did not. I guess that there was like some misunderstanding about Jupiter's role in it or something like that. Um, but anywho, I'm cautioning everybody. We know this already, and we know it's going to happen, and you guys know it. But there's going to be that excitement. There's going to be that euphoric moment, and then you're going to put $10 into it, and it's going to say you have $100, and you're like, oh hell yeah, it's going to 1 million. And then it's going to hit zero. So make sure you're watching it. Do not buy it and walk away. Do not buy it and walk away. Have a plan, have an in and out plan. That's what you need to do. So seriously consider it. I'm telling you, please, if you're going to go into shit like that, have a plan. You need to have a plan of when you're taking your initials and when you're taking the rest and when you're leaving, like what percentage of moon bag you're leaving. Always leave a moon bag. I'm not disagreeing with that. I do anywhere between 10 and 20%, depending on how much is left and what's happening. If the volume is dying, I might only leave 10%. If it still has good volume, but I'm really unsure about the project, I might leave 15 or 20%. As long as I'm making back what I put in plus a little bit, then I can know that I didn't lose money, but I have a chance of making quite a bit. So that's something that, just again, that's just control, right? You have to realize the euphoric moment, the endorphins, like all that is really fun, and it's cool, but like you have to keep a level head, otherwise you're not going to make it. Laser, good morning. How's England, my friend? Oh, I guess just say good afternoon.
Oh,
Good afternoon, governor.
good good afternoon. It's awesome here. Going to be leaving soon in a few hours. So right now I'm tackling with my little daughter who is throwing things out the window. But so far I've retrieved many of those things. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I met the famous Alex. We had a great breakfast, English breakfast. So
I heard it was
we have to eat lunch now.
a 5 course breakfast, bro.
5 course breakfast, man. 5 course, 4 times coffee. I think at this point we would have finished the machine.
Shit, man, that's awesome. That sounds good. You just got there and you're leaving already?
Yeah, it was a very short trip. My parents, all of us have like work, so I kind of came with like 8 people. But gonna go back and I'm definitely gonna check out other places. And Alex recommend me, so definitely got to come back.
Yeah, I have to go. But I'm a baby. Yeah. I will be going one day soon. But first of all, I need
You gotta learn how to drive. You definitely gotta learn how to drive on the other side. I
no,
tried, man. It's
no,
a little annoying.
no. Because let me tell you something. When I go there, I'll have enough money that first of all, I'm not going to travel until I can afford a private jet. It's either take me or buy one. So that's number one. So if that's going to happen, then I'm just going to hire someone to drive me around. I'm not going to try to figure it out, and I'm not going to like get stuck in a roundabout and fucking all that shit that they're crazy. Uh, like,
Around the
I've
beach.
watched videos of people getting stuck in like the inside of those fucking roundabouts, bro. I'm not doing that. I will cry.
Don't worry, I'll teach you.
What?
He's going to teach you, man. He's like a
You think
professional now.
nah? Well, that's good.
Mm.
Maybe you'll become a maybe a taxi driver in London for your next life, your next career choice.
Don't worry, Alex. I'll add the tip jar for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they don't tip over there, right? Or do they?
It's not a thing, no.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's not
It's
like
pretty.
it's
It's
not
a very
like
Typical
North
Alex.
American thing. It's
yeah.
actually quite interesting. In some countries, it's rude. They think it's rude, actually.
Mm.
Um, Bizzle, good morning. Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, what's good? How are we all?
Not too bad. What's going on today?
Not a lot on the way to work. So yeah, some fucking bullshit, but we move. How is everyone? What's everyone up to?
Yeah, not too bad. It's morning over here. It's what, like 3:30 for you? 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, half
Um,
free please.
nice. Oh, you got the night shift on a Friday, hey? Yeah,
Yeah, man. The joys of being a fucking manager. Some bollocks
yeah,
that is, but yeah,
yeah,
someone's
Yeah,
got to do
I've
it.
yeah.
been following you for a bit, Biz. This is the first time we talked, though, man.
Fucking hell. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've just realised who you are. Sorry, yeah. Nah, man, I get that a lot, to be honest. I talk to fuck it, like, there's so many people I like interact with on the timeline and shit, but I just never speak to.
Mm. I mean, do you go in spaces a lot, or?
I used to a lot. I was quite a DJ in my spaces. I mean, it would be 6, 7 hours daily, most days. I've always set a rule for myself. I always take the weekend off of Web3. I'll never go on at the weekend because I just think you just get in your own fucking head and you end up absolutely burning yourself into the ground. So yeah, I'm heavily active, but just not in spaces too much. People are just pissing me off.
Mm. But you're mostly like in the replies, man. I see,
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Mr. Reply guy.
Yeah, no, I try
That's
and
awesome. Are you monetized?
I'm not monetized, no. No,
Are
I'm
you
not
close
monetized.
to being monetized? Do you know?
Nah, I'm a fuck. Nah, I'm fucking. What have you got to have? 5 million interactions within 3 months, mate. I'm not
Mm.
even hit. I'm not even hit 20,000. So
Interesting. We do run some like little courses and like stuff like that in our Discord to get, help people get monetized and increase, that kind of stuff. So if that's something you want to do and you want to be a reply person, you might as well make the best of it and get paid for it. So if you ever want to learn some tips and tricks, I mean, pop by the Discord. Alex and Vet and I, we do courses usually every Thursday. I don't think they did one. Did you guys do one last night, Alex?
We didn't because I did. We hadn't really been pushing it out there so
Right.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got caught up in other meetings all week. So
Yeah.
yeah, and just making sure the content team is churning out their work and stuff.
to be
Which
honest with
is
you,
yeah, I've seen all the new stuff.
to be honest with you, I'm one of these people, like, I don't know, I just let it all happen naturally, do you know what I mean? I could do a
Mm,
lot of shit to get a lot of interactions, but I then start being fake to myself. So that's like all my posts are like, do you know what I mean? Me being real. A lot of things I say people don't agree with, a lot of comments I say people don't agree with. So I'm a lot like fucking, yeah, Marmite, as we say in the UK. You either like me or you fucking hate me, but either way, I don't care.
But that's the best type of person to be on here because that's how you get the impressions, you see, because people get triggered, bro. You should see some of the shit that I post just to trigger people, right? I make posts where I'll get like 60, 70 comments, and it's literally all people telling me I'm fucking retarded and shut up and don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And I sit there the whole time and laugh while I'm reading them. And I respond to every one because I get an engagement for that every single time. So I'll troll them. I don't care. So yeah, if you're thinking that you're bad because you're making like comments and shit, bro, you trust me, you fit right in crypto Twitter because that's exactly what this place is. It's just a cesspool of fucking ridiculousness, honestly.
It just, to be honest with you, like it just does my head in when these, I'm going to say quote unquote influencers in Web3. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they've got like 100, 200,000 followers, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If you're an absolute cunt, I'm telling you on the timeline, you're a cunt. I don't give a fuck about my reputation. Do you know what I mean? That's where I don't care at all. Like people are like, "Ooh, what about your reputation?" I don't give a fuck. I'd rather people like me for me being me than me going, "Oh, the world is so fucking beautiful. Everything's perfect. You're all gonna win. You're all gonna make a million. You're all gonna get a Lambo." No, you're not. You silly pricks. Grow up.
Well,
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You're
when
not gonna
Lambo?
do that.
When
Somebody
Lambo,
has to
man? When
lose.
Lambo?
Yeah, somebody has to
Do you know
lose
what I
for
mean?
somebody to win, right? That's the that's the thing people want to get.
Don't get me wrong. I like to see people win, but I'm not gonna sit there saying you're gonna win. I'm not going to say that because I ain't got a fucking clue. And to be honest with you, unless you're paying for my fucking bills, I don't care if you win or not. I look after number one. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Amen.
I respect and I support, people out here building and, hustling. And I see the hustlers and I support them massively. Do you know what I mean? I'll, laugh into their projects and, give some engagement to it. But nah, do you know what I mean? These people that put pictures up of Lambos, like flexing and all that, it's like, well done. You've spent $1,000 renting a Lambo for 3 hours to take a X picture. You're fucking hard.
I know,
Yeah,
but I think it's like when they all tweet the same bloody thing, man. Drop your
yeah. They're all
soul,
the same
laddie, and
Lambo.
all
I'm
this,
like,
and
bro,
yeah,
There's a lot better cars out there than a fucking Lamborghini as well. That's what
I
pisses me
know.
off.
I don't
yeah.
understand the fascination with fucking Lamborghinis, man. The only good Lamborghini ever was the Countach, and it's been dead for years. So
Well, you have to
Jesus
be
Christ.
like 12 to like a Lamborghini. It's kind of that kind of
I
thing.
that's where I was. I had a Lamborghini Diablo picture on my wall. It was a poster. Fuck, that thing like took like half the wall, man. It was a beautiful car. But I mean, like I was 12, like you said.
Yeah, but it just makes you laugh. I'm not being funny. Like if someone posts up, "Oh, I bought myself a new BMW M3," that person's actually hustling. Do you know what I mean? That person's actually grinding and making some money. Do you know what I mean? Someone that's just rented a fucking supercar. No, mate. Your dick is small. Your missus left you because you think you're better than everyone else. That's the facts, and you're going to be forever alone.
But
And you can't even drive that car most of the year. Well, depending on where you live. And yeah, so it's a
I mean, you
waste.
can't.
And I'm
I couldn't even get into it, man. It's so bloody far down. I'm, you know, closer to 50 than than I like to say. But yeah, it's a long way down, man.
Yeah.
I've I've
Yeah.
I've had the joys of driving some absolutely out of this world cars, but I'm never going to take a picture of myself doing it or go and fucking flex it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's
Well,
not mine.
yeah, but
Do you know what
why
I mean?
why would you want that car to drive around on the road? It's kind of thing you want to take for a track day. I mean, I wouldn't mind renting it out and having it go around the track and stuff, but what's the point of having it like at home? It's just like a waste of money, you know?
Yeah, you can do
What
that in
what I'm,
Vegas.
thing is though, what I'm more impressed about is a nice house, a big old fucking warehouse that you're running a business out of. That's impressive. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can go and get a fucking car. Do you know what I mean? That's not. And if anyone listening here thinks, "Oh, do you know what? In 2 years, I'm going to be multi," no, you're not going to be a multi-millionaire. I will shit on your parade now. You're not going to do it unless you got mummy and daddy's money. Do you know what I mean? There's people out here that have been in Web3 since fucking Bitcoin come out. And do you know what I mean? They're not even fucking multi-millionaires. There's one bloke I know personally who has done it, but he's in real estate. Do you know what I mean? And he's just come into Web3 with the money. And that's
Yeah.
someone that,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, that's
you have to have
respect
money to
because,
make money. Yeah, yeah.
but anyway, I could shit on these fucking fake people on Web3 all day. But anyway, let's pivot.
No, you're right. I mean, you have to have money to make money, and you have to be smart in the space. You have to know what you're doing. And the other thing is, you're correct for me. And I mean, again, this is this mentality. I think a part of it is age, because if you notice, majority of the people that do that shit are young kids. Like, oh, look at me, I'm in $100,000 on meme coin. I'm rich now. Oh my god. But that $200,000 or $250,000 that Lambo is, I could literally have put into 3 different businesses, got a 10% stake, and had $50,000 of income a month from fucking passive income and investing. Why the hell would I want to buy something that's going to depreciate 3/4 of its value the second I get off the lot? I can only drive it fucking 3 days of the year, and et cetera, right? Like it's so illogical. the mindset of these kids. But yeah,
It is true though,
Could
because like
argue with
I'm not
you real quick, but I'm not
like
going to. I will simply say that not all cars depreciate in value.
well, yeah. I mean, if you're Jay Leno and you have the one of ones of everything that are appreciating every year, of course. But I mean, for the most part, majority of vehicles, especially North American made vehicles, depreciate extensively the second you start that engine.
and more to the point, if your end goal in Web3 is to get a fucking car, you need to go and take your head for a shit.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, but
Exactly.
it just fucking does my head in. Oh, my life goal is to get a car. Fucking well done, mate. Well proud. Gotta follow
My
you.
life
You are
goal
my
is to make
influencer.
my life goal is to make enough on crypto to buy some commercial real estate and go and relax on a beach somewhere. That's how you should be doing it, guys. Think smart, invest smart.
My
Let's
go on, mate.
no, go ahead, bro.
That's right, because I'm gonna keep ranting. You gotta shut me up.
That's all good. Yeah, we could feed off of each other for a while. So let's go off a couple of news stories here. Binance Square launches trader profile to verify and follow traders. Binance Square has introduced a new trader profile feature allowing users to verify and follow trusted traders on the platform. The feature provides insights into traders' portfolio, performance, and trading badges, aiming to enhance transparency and responsible engagement in the Binance community. I'm not really sure how copy trading expires responsible engagement. The trader profile includes a portfolio overview displaying asset allocation percentages, P&L data showing performance trends over different timeframes, and trader badges which highlight trading styles and expertise. These profiles are only visible to users' followers, enabling traders to manage privacy while building credibility. Binance co-founder Yi He emphasized the importance of transparency, revealing that she participated in the product launch test and disclosed her portfolio, which is 89% allocated to BNB, obviously. Trader profile on Binance Square allows for a more informed and transparent trading community. I also participated in the product launch test for this new feature and disclosed my position, which is 89% in BNB, backing the personal confidence I have in BNB, but also showcasing how users can verify portfolio and trading insights that are backed by real data for credible and user-focused engagement. And that was Yeehee. So that's interesting. I didn't even know Binance had. I don't know anything about Binance, to be honest with you. Uh, isn't that just like
Kind of.
another like copy trading type thing?
I don't know, man. Probably, yeah. Yeah. As soon as it says Binance, I kind of turn off, man. It's just like,
Yeah, shut down. Yeah.
yeah.
HBAR Foundation invests in tokenized Fidelity USD money market fund. So HBAR Foundation has announced investment in Archak's tokenized share of Fidelity International's USD money market fund. Archax, the first FCA regulated digital asset exchange, broker, and custodian, recently tokenized the MMF on the Hedera network. MMF, is that the one with the dot? I have MNF, but I thought that stuff. The tokenized shares available on the Archax platform allow institutional investors to gain exposure to the fund through blockchain technology. These digital assets can also serve as proof of reserve for stablecoin treasury verification, enhancing transparency within the broader digital finance ecosystem. According to a company announcement, the move highlights Hedera's expanding role in institutional tokenization while advancing Fidelity's international efforts to bring traditional financial products on chain. Fidelity, correct me if I'm wrong, Vet, is the biggest investment firm in the world currently, right?
I don't think the largest. I think they're top three.
Okay, that's still really bullish though. Like for that, yeah, for them to knowing that that's what they have to do. I mean, what is it? The Nasdaq, I think it is. I mean, they've already applied for. So they're moving to to the blockchain, right? Like they're starting
Correct.
everyone is starting to go that way.
S&P, I believe. S&P.
Oh, the S&P, yeah. I do
Yeah.
know though. I think it was last year, the year before, that like New York Stock Exchange had released that they were doing a study on how to move them to 24-hour trading and on the blockchain because they know
Yeah.
that they're
That's
losing.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's the benefit, and from if my memory serves me correctly, yeah. So the S&P will be going onto the blockchain, and then the big huff and puff about that basically though is that uh, if the S&P were to outperform the Dow and the Nasdaq, then it would be very likely to think that you could here real soon see um, other main um, stock exchanges going blockchain as well. So the implications are huge there. Really, really, really big.
yep, absolutely. And again, that's just like I say every day, right? All the news about crypto is just good and good and good and good and good. Last December, Hedera integrated Chainlink's data feeds and proof of reserve on its mainnet to support DeFi and tokenized real-world assets. This followed a partnership between the HBAR Foundation and Chainlink, giving developers access to high-quality data and on-chain reserves. So with that, Chainlink's up 3% right now, as expected. So we know there's a lot of big things coming with Chainlink. This is not the last we'll hear from them. But yeah, good news all around, I think. We'll see how that kind of plays out. South Korean Coin King re-arrested for $47 million crypto fraud. South Korean crypto figure Park, known as John Kim, or the Coin King, has been arrested again on fresh fraud charges. The arrest comes just weeks after his release on bail for a separate crypto scam case. The Seoul Southern District Court issued an arrest warrant for Park on February 20th, citing risk of evidence tampering and flight. Prosecutors allege that between March of 2021 and April of 2022, Park and his accomplice, Mr. Moon, orchestrated the fraudulent insurance and listing of RTube tokens. They allegedly manipulated prices and used misleading disclosure of to defraud investors of 68 billion won, or about $47 million. Moon was arrested on the same charges. Park was originally facing trial for a previously crypto fraud case involving Potto Coin, in which he allegedly embezzled 20 billion won, or about $14 million. He was granted bail in January, allowing him to stand trial without detention. However, prosecutors uncovered additional fraudulent activities related to RTube, leading to his rearrest. Authorities have long scrutinized Park for alleged market manipulation and illicit financial activities in the crypto space. His social media presence, where he flaunted luxury cars and high-end items, and it's what we just talked about, helping him gain a following as a crypto influencer. Investigations revealed that he allegedly bribed exchange executives to facilitate token listings and manipulated prices for personal gain. Park previously attempted to flee the country in December of 2023 by boarding a fishing boat bound for China. A storm forced the vessel to return, leading to his capture. He was sentenced to prison for violating smuggling laws, but later had his sentencing reduced on appeal. So that's something we were talking about a few days ago. They'll always find you. You can try to be as sneaky as you want, and you think that listen, all this shit that's been happening, if people don't think that heads aren't going to roll about this Trump, Melania, Elon Barron, Dave Stool, jail, whatever, greed, all this shit that's been happening for the last several weeks. If you guys think that these guys are going to get away with this and that it's all going to go away, you're very, very naive, because they spent 10 years tracking down a couple that frauded people out of a few $1,000,000. They will find you every single time, and they will get you every single time. And there is going to be some people charged in all of this stuff that's happening. And honestly, I think that that's what we need. We need a few people to be made an example of so that we can maybe slow this shit down a bit, because we have consistent influencers. So like the one we just talked about, we have people like Mr. Beast, Mario, Aiden Ross, Dave Portnoy, on the list goes on and on and on of people that just walk around like fucking dicks hanging out, swinging, going, nobody can fucking touch me, screw you. And the reality is that you can try to justify and say whatever you want. Oh, you don't put the money in. Oh, it's your choice to invest. Oh, blah, 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 this, and this. You know, as an influencer, that when you say something, people are going to do it. That makes you liable. I don't give a fuck what you say, or if you think that you can justify yourself and what you're doing just by saying, well, you don't have to buy the meme coin. Everybody else needs anyways. This and that and this and that. And again, you're just making our space look fucking retarded, and it's putting us backwards instead of forwards. So, there is going to be hell to pay for all of this. It will come. And this will all go away, just like FTX and Luna and everything else. We will get over it as an industry. But we need some people to be made an example of, because enough is enough with this shit. It's not helping us. It's hindering what we're doing in this space. Hence the reason Bitcoin's at fucking 60% dominance, because people don't trust now anything that's going on. Everything that's released is just another shit show. Yesterday, what was yesterday? Pi Network was supposed to launch at like $60. What was that other one that rugged, Alex? It went up like huge amount and then it rugged.
You could just pick one out the sky. Anyone?
Yeah,
Libra,
no, but like all these airdrops.
Greed.
Yeah, all these airdrops. Every single fucking airdrop goes from like it immediately crashes.
Well, nobody wants to stake anymore because they want the money. Because
Well,
they're airdropped to people who are not in the community, and just like they will go, oh, thank you, free money, goodbye.
Yeah,
It's the same
well,
with
not only
Pengu.
that, but I think everyone's in the same mindset of, well, everyone else is going to take it out anyway, so I might as well get mine. Right? Like that's, for me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to take, so two things. I'm either going to catch it in time and I'm going to take it out and ride it and let it wait till it hits the bottom. Or
what did launch at?
Sorry?
What did Pi launch at?
Like $80, and then just crashed down to 60 cents.
Holy
yeah, it's like
shit.
66 cents right now or something like that. Yeah. And again, and then even Kaido, right? It's actually back to like $2, but it was up to I think 19 or something dollars, and then it crashed down, and same thing, right? It was an airdrop, people took it out. It's like it's every fucking project, and like you either have to catch it right away so you can take the big gain and ride it until the bottom and then buy back in, or you have to just ride it out. That's really your two choices. Because yeah, it's free. No matter what, it's free money, right? Whether you make 30 cents or 30,000, it's still free money. But when you look at it and it says $5,000, and then you look at it and it says 300, I mean, that's a huge kind of like, oh fuck, right?
Card cap sold. Do you know?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him. Do you know, Alex?
No, Card Caps has got his locked until June.
Well,
Because that us pioneers of Pi all locked up our stuff until June.
Well, I mean, hopefully by then, it'll kind of recover. That's the hope, right? There is a story regarding it. There was continued selling pressure today. As much anticipated main launch disappointed investors. After initial surge following its mainnet launch, the Pi coin down 23% currently. Price plunged by over 50%, wiping out nearly $6 billion in market value, according to CoinMarketCap. The coin's mark market capitalization initially stood at $10 billion before dropping to 4.1 billion. The Pi Network price crash was in line with our earlier analysis. We cited the increasing selling by pioneers and the fact that most recent airdrops like Hamster Combat and Wormhole have crashed. That's what we just talked about. Some of the top Pi Network rivals or alternatives to consider are okay. There's a list here, but so I mean, we see this happen, right? So we see these like drops, and everyone's like, the world's coming to an end. The sky is falling. We're done. This sucks. Whatever. And then they all of a sudden they come back to life. And I mean, I don't see like, is there any reason why Pi Network couldn't just come back to life and re-rally back, into a few dollars or whatever?
Well, I guess people are still mining, so I mean, it's this, people are just going to keep on mining, and I guess, and yeah, I
Isn't that
guess
a
it
bad
could
thing
come back.
though?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because
Like,
you're diluting the market cap even more when you're doing that, right?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll be they. I haven't actually. Carbs is the man because he like read into it. Someone just put
I
me on
feel
it in.
bad for him.
Someone
I
put
don't
me
I don't know
on
if
it
I'm
on
gonna talk.
2018, and I
I
said, "Oh,
know,
you
that's
press
why I
the
feel
button,
bad
get
for
money,
him.
great."
7 years, man. Like just it just reminds me of Hamster Combat, right? Like for 3 months I sat there and fucking did all that shit, and then I get an airdrop of like 90 cents. I was so mad. Right?
Yeah,
Like it
but
just
it's
that's what
once
that
a day. You have to watch a 30-second advert. They're probably making good money on the other, that. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't know where anybody got the $80, $60 thing to start with, right? But whatever.
the tokenomics of it are scary, man. It was bound to tank.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. For me, it's just a waste of time. Like free money is free money, right? $100,
Yeah,
$1,000, $10,000, whatever.
yeah,
But
exactly.
if you turn that into dollars per hour, right? If my businessman part of me comes out and goes, how much did that cost me to actually get? And I go,
Okay, so
okay,
what, 30 seconds a day, 365 times 30, so let's say 1,000 times 3, so like 10,000, 10,000 times that by 7 years, so like 8,000 30 seconds, so divide that by 2, that's 40,000 minutes or something, which is divided by
you missed a zero, by the way, in all of that. But yes,
okay, well, I'm just
it's a
doing
lot.
rough math.
So what do you get per day? What do you get per day?
Probably like a few, like 40,000 minutes. Divide that by whatever, how many minutes in a day. You
Damn.
you do the math. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and then you divide that by $100, and you go, holy fuck! I did all that work for 4.5 cents an hour. What the fuck? Right?
Well, and that's what's to not to sound like a crybaby bitch, but that's the shit that fucking hurts my feelings in a sense of it is that like, and let's use fucking card as an example here a little bit.
Yeah.
What if he would have sold though at launch his entire allocation? Then, I mean, the guy would have made $4,000 to $8,000 or something. If he rebought here at 60 fucking cents and staked it all, I mean, like
Exactly.
we would be having a completely different conversation right now.
No, I mean, we'd have the same conversation. I feel bad for him because of it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's what I'm
no,
saying.
I
Like,
know
if
that's
you compare it to per hour, it's crap. Now, that's why I said, though, is if you know when it's going to happen and you can get on there fast enough and you can cash the fuck out and wait for the dip, that's what I do. Absolutely. Everybody else does it. So it would have been. I would have loved for him to do that. I don't know if he sold or not. I hope so. I hope that he got in there and he was able to get it before it went down too
No, because
far.
his locked until June, man.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we could see a recovery by then. That's what I'm saying too. We've seen it before. Um, there's always, you know, the down and out, right? But then it ends up coming back. So if it has there's isn't there like a community somewhere of like 300,000 people or something that like in a Telegram or something, or was it more than that? There's a lot. There's
Well,
a
they have
huge
that. They have
community.
a whole ecosystem in the app. They actually have like a chat in the app. There's a whole chat room and stuff, and with the pioneers, and you can speak to the founders and everything. Man, it's like there's a whole community in
Yeah.
the like you got the mining app, and then you got the pioneer app, and then you got the mainnet app. I think there's like 1,000 apps. Yeah.
Yeah. And the real people, the ones that have spent all the time minus, they'll go back in. Once they feel that they're at the bottom, they'll go back in. It will have a recovery. But yeah, you're right that like it's if you do it right, you can really benefit from it. But it sucks if you can't because you're it just feels like you wasted your time. Like that's how I felt personally. Like I wasted my time, you know, because it's like my time was not valuable at all for my 90 cents that I got.
Well, it's about your day rate, isn't
Yeah,
it?
after taxes, like 40 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I mean. That like, it's hopefully it recovers. We'll see what happens. That's why I don't like the lock thing too. That's my other issue. Is all these they always want you to you know, oh, we'll give you more here, more promise of this and that. You gotta lock it. You gotta lock it. You gotta lock it. And like, hello, we all have PTSD from you know what.
Yeah,
So
but you could get like Jupiter. You could get like more airdrops, I guess, or something.
if it's worth it,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
I staked to Jupiter. That is the only airdrop that I have ever staked. Because it number one, it gives me voting, which gives me further airdrops. Because
maybe
as no,
because
it
you're
does.
part of the DAO.
Yeah. So it's part of the DAO, and then there's
You're saying that wrong.
um and then you get like they just did an airdrop for people who used their staking to actually vote on the DAO, and then they got an airdrop for that. So I missed it because I didn't have it. So I have to make sure I vote, and if I vote, I'll get extra airdrops. So for me, that's worth it. It's reasonable. First of all, it didn't cost me anything, any time or money realistically to start with. Why? Because it was just a benefit of using the platform. I needed to use the platform anyway. So for me, it wasn't like I invested time or money into it. It was like I just needed to do something, and I used that platform. I got rewarded for it. So it didn't cost me anything. So if I stake it knowing that I can get further airdrops and make even more money, then I don't feel like I'm out anything. But when it comes to things like this, where you've spent 6 years or 7 years fucking hours and hours and hours, I mean, that's just, it gets, that gets rough, right? That's the hurtful part about that.
Hey, my shit ain't too loud, is it?
No, you're good, bro. No, you're good. But yeah, that's the, so hopefully there's some recovery. Who knows? Maybe I'll look at it. Maybe I'll grab some. You can, now that I can get Pi without having to KYC. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll pick some up. Maybe I'll use my free Kaido airdrop to buy some Pi. Hey, Alex.
Yeah,
Did you get
gotta,
that? By the way, Alex, did you get that?
I haven't got my code. I have to,
It's so
claim
weird,
it.
bro. Like you have
But
0 points.
why are the gas fees so high? I don't understand. Why
Yeah,
do you have
I
to
don't
pay them
get that either.
$5? It's
I don't get
like
that either.
we'll give
But
you
because it's on
$100,
base.
but yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'm okay to do a swap of $4 for 100. Although that does sound a little scammy-ish, right?
It does.
But I successfully was able to cash it out and move it to Ethereum. So I mean, I feel okay. I cashed half of it out. I didn't stake it, but I cashed half of it, and I kept half. Apparently, each season after each season's done, we get an airdrop. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how this succeeds if they just keep airdropping people, but so far it's fun. Whatever. we got in that
So
group. Huh?
I sent you some news, man, on the timeline.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Oh yeah, like well, I said like apparently the JP Morgan saying that they're waiting for the Trump initiatives to kick in, so they're thinking that it's not really going to happen. With institutions aren't really going to get into future positions until the end of the year, and they're seeing weak demands in it. So yeah,
But
man,
you said
yeah,
it's JP Morgan is saying that?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're seeing weak demand from institutions to get into futures, man.
But look where it's coming from.
I know.
So I mean, listen, Jamie did fuck whatever the fuck his name is. Like, of course he's gonna do that. He wants FUD in the. I guarantee you, it's gonna come out at some point. That motherfucker has like a top 10 fucking wallet or some shit. You watch, like for real, because he just constantly FUDs Bitcoin. So yeah, I don't know, Alex. I just anything that fucker says, it's like what you said. As soon as you say Binance, you tune out. As soon as I hear anything JP, Jamie, whatever the fuck, I'm done. I don't give a fuck what that guy has to say, to be honest. But we'll see. I don't know. Do you think he's right, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see them holding off until the end of the year,
But Trump said that they all kind of hinted at this whole 100-day thing, right? Where like the president, when they get in, their first 100 days is when like they do the most pushing. They set the most, kind of the bar of how the next 4 years is going to go. So
Yeah,
you
well,
don't
that's
think
the
that we're
kind of
not going to
thing.
see, because when they had that press conference, right, with like the Secretary of Commerce and the new crypto bit lord or whatever the fuck, they were gung ho that they wanted to get that. Like it sounded like they were like, weeks, like not even months, like weeks, and they were waiting for somebody to be sworn in, and then they were gonna just go full bore. So why would it take so long? Is it just like why do you think that?
I guess policies take a while to actually kick in, and also yeah, I'm guessing they most presidents do go for full in, yeah, all in the first 100 days, because the way that US election political thing is, it's like the first 100 days, and the next few years you're pretty much campaigning to get back in again.
Mm-hmm. That
The whole thing fucking makes my tits sore. The original catalyst was what's his fucking Warren Buffett, and when he pulled all the cash out, and then fucking Sailor's Company, what is it?
MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy comes out and says that they're fucking pulling out, and that they're no longer going to invest in JP Morgan and a couple of these other fucking things. And then all of a sudden now fucking JP Morgan's fucking changing their story. So if you think that this is over, it's not. And yeah, they're all fucking waiting on basically the catalyst is the government going into acceptance and starting these things like the National Bitcoin Reserve. What happens with the SEC, and if they start approving these fucking ETFs. So there's a lot more to this story. These big financial people, BlackRock alone, there's some fucking secrets there, man. There's some big time secrets.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Utah might even be the first one, believe it or not, of all places to have a Bitcoin reserve. They're pretty close. So here's my thought on that. They wait. However, we know, like we just talked about earlier yesterday, a huge amount of big sales, right? So we know that other countries and other investment firms are buying Bitcoin still. That's why we see the dominance high. That's why we still see Bitcoin at the price it's at. We still see that kind of, that floor of 92, 94K is pretty solid. And that can't happen without a huge amount of, what we call diamond hand investor, I guess. But really, like, that's all those governments and investment firms and stuff. What if they hold off too long and they're too late? What if while all these huge buys are coming in, that's the countries and stuff that are really stocking up, and because he's said he wants to be number one in the world. So if that rings true, my thought is the reverse needs to happen, whereas they need to get something approved ASAP, because they otherwise will end up behind too far. Or no, am I way out in left field?
To, Michael Saylor. Look, a lot of these, and even from countries down to the individuals, the issue isn't that they're not planning on buying the stuff, it's time frames. These people have to wait for money to move around, and as well as anyone, that's not a timely process. Okay, when you're dealing with the traditional finance system where things can only happen between Monday and Friday, and shut down every holiday, and blah 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 blah, right? Time frames and contractual commitments that some of these people have made lock those funds up for an incredible amount of time. So I think that you will see this institutional level buying continue to flow in, but it shows also with the ETF outflows. They still have they have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients to still bring dollar bills in the door. Now, if you can't do that by riding the wave up, then you have to play with volatility. You have to, leverage different assets. And so again, contractually obligated companies are left holding money in their hand in tremendously large amounts that they can't use today. So that is where I am interested to see, how does the curve go? And again, I could see, I've talked about this in the past, I could see an extended cycle because of that specific statement right there. It is going to take time for this buying to happen. Okay. Again, it's just not a switch that they can flip and say, okay, 10% of BlackRock's portfolio is cryptocurrency now. It's not going to work that way. So I think it's more of a strap your boots on and get ready for a hike situation. And that's where I would simply stand.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, let's see what
Did you
happens.
see this breaking news,
but I
man?
mean, I called super cycle like 2 years ago, right? A lot of people did. I'm not going to say just me, but like we've talked about this before, right? I think anyone who thinks this isn't a super cycle, which is exactly what you just said, which is the extension basically of how long the bull portion of it goes because of the time needed to get done what needs to be done. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that.
Yeah, there are other indicators as well. When you see them, you can point them out and
adoption.
say, very, very, very clear indicator right here, that we can look at and pay attention to. When that money start flowing in, it'll come in quick. But that's the thing is, it's going to take time to set this shit up. So.
Yeah, and adoption does that, right? And you could see it. That's why even a couple of years ago, I'm like, okay, you can see what's happening, right? It was like when electric cars became, I could see like, okay, I see what's happening here, and you're going to see in 5 years it's going to be like this, right? And that's what happens is like these trends get started, and you look at them and you're like, shit. Now the next thing you know, electric cars are everywhere. Well, when I saw that happening, I was like, well, what do they need to run electric cars? Lithium. Cool. I bought a bunch of lithium mine stocks, right? Because I'm like, in the next 10 years, fucking Elon's going to be draining these mines, like this is great money, So yeah. TGG morning. What's up, Leo? All right. Yeah, he's good.
Now,
Have you seen this breaking news about Bybit's the crypto exchange hack being hacked for 1.4 billion ETH?
Oh boy. I'm going to go short ETH right now. Hold on.
It's already dumped.
God damn it. That's interesting. Bybit. I didn't see that actually. It's down 3.8% right now. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Hang on. Sorry, I'm gonna ignore you guys for a second. I'm going to short this fucking shit. I'm not joking. I mean, this is the thing, guys. This is why I do this, because if you can watch what's happening in the news and you can pay attention to trends, holy crap. That's a huge red candle. So that fell from 28.40 down to 27. It's 27.35 right now. Oh. Maybe I should long it. No, what do you think, Alex? No, I think I'm not.
Yeah, whack along. Which will just pop right back up to 28 now.
Yeah.
But
everybody would be buying like quick discount, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's a good discount, right? That's the thing.
I mean, what are the? Let me have a look at the. Hold on, wrong screen.
Yeah, either spot buy or short it. Either one of the two.
Spot buy or short it.
Yeah. What some guys got a long and a short on, man.
Yeah,
he's got 30k short, and then another. He's got 2.5 million on a long.
Huh. Yeah, I did that before. I managed to successfully sandwich myself into two negative positions. I did, by the way, close both of those in the positive, but that took a lot of time. That was hilarious. Even yeah, some people do that. I do that too, Alex. And you know why I do that sometimes too is that I feel like no matter what I put, the opposite happens. So I figure that if I want something to be long, for example, I'll short it first at a smaller margin, a lesser amount, and then I'll go in long at a higher margin and a higher amount so that it goes long because I short it first. And I know this all sounds really stupid and weird and probably it's just completely unrealistic, and that's fine. But I feel like that somehow I manifest things happening when I do that. So sometimes I just do that. I don't know. It's weird, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you ever do that, Vet? Do you ever long and short at the same time?
Do you do it on the same exchange or a different exchange?
Can't bring myself to do it.
You know, you're a bit of market manipulation yourself. You're losing in one, so you whack in the other one to push it the other way, you know?
Wow. Microsoft just introduced an AI co-scientist, a multi-agent AI system powered by Gemini 2.0 to act as a virtual scientific collaborator. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Interesting. No, I want to find info about this hack actually, Alex. Give me 1 second. That's quite interesting.
It in the Copilot.
Yeah, so suspicious ether outflow is what they're calling it. Bybit confirmed that its multi-sig cold wallet was breached. Okay, wait, what? Multi-sig cold wallet was breached just hours after the crypto exchange increased access to liquidation data for transparency. Bybit CEO Ben Zhao stated that hackers infiltrated the exchange's multi-signature cold wallet. Wait, what? Draining $1.5 billion in crypto. The breach was first flagged by renowned on-chain sleuth Zach XBT, who alerted the public to suspicious withdrawals from Bybit. Companies using multi-signature wallets to migrate single points of failure, as multiple parties must approve a transaction. If one signer is compromised, the others can refuse to authorize fund transfers. However, in this case, the hacker managed to deceive all signers. According to Zhao, the attacker. This sounds so fucking suspicious, man.
Yeah, tell me
According to
about it.
Zhao, the attackers masked a transaction to mislead the wallet's signers while the team believed. Does he think anybody believes this shit? While the team believed they were approving a legitimate address, they were unknowingly authorizing changes to the smart contract managed by Bybit's ETH cold wallet. So what you're telling me is they're all sitting there not talking while they're just approving fucking transactions for no reason? What? Jesus Christ, this is so stupid. This allowed the attackers to withdraw all Ether and Ether derivatives from Bybit's wallet to an unknown address. The perpetrators then began swapping the stolen funds for Ethereum tokens on decentralized exchanges. Zach XBT also noted that the hackers split the stolen assets across multiple addresses to evade tracking. The blockchain investigator published a list of these addresses on his official Telegram channel, urging exchanges to blacklist them. Meanwhile, Zhao assured users that the breach was isolated to Bybit's Ethereum cold wallet. How interesting. Please rest assured that all of their cold wallets are secure. Oh, really? Your cold wallets are I should be assured of that, even though you just told me your cold wallet was fucking hacked somehow. All withdrawals are normal, Zhao added. The attack of February 21st may be the largest ever exploit against a single crypto exchange. At 1.46 billion, the amounts stolen account for more than 50% of the total crypto value siphoned in 2024.
Oh well, look, there's a Bybit token. Cool.
What in the actual fuck? Really? What did I just read?
A lot of tomfuckery.
What the hell? For as soon as it said cold wallet hacked, I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. I can't even read. What? Bro, and then you're telling me that a multi-sig wallet that has billions of dollars in it, that the people who have to approve it aren't talking to each other while they're doing approvals? Oh, hey, look, I have to approve something. Let me just go and do that. What?
Welcome to Web3. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. This is going to be. And the thing with this is Bybit was one that was just, it kind of went from the whole suspicious thing to like, oh, they're actually doing not too bad. And they were becoming something of, like a player in the space. And now this just is going to, oh boy. Wow. I don't know. What do you think happens from here? If I was a Bybit customer right now, I'd be pulling all my shit out of there. I'm telling you that right now. Absolutely. It would already be gone, actually. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'd be on mute, and I would already have transferred my shit out. That's absolutely crazy.
There seems to be a lot of things happening today, man. Just saw someone transferred 65, almost $66 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase.
How much would your heart not beat if you transferred $66 million on the Bitcoin network and had to sit there and wait for fucking Coinbase to post it for you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, that, can you imagine that? For real?
Dude, I moved 20K around and you couldn't shove a grease BB up my ass, bro.
Yeah, no. Like, I'd be doing like $5,000 at a time. Like, I don't even care. I would pay someone to do $5,000 at a time. I don't care, but I'd be like, do not transfer $66 million at one time. Like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah, just one big transaction. But they save fees by doing that.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, they save fees. Yeah, they save
like
fees.
They really care.
Look,
yeah.
I'm all for a test transaction. Okay, send if you're gonna send 20K, send $200 test transaction. Make sure the 200 goes through, and then I send my other 19,800. But
yeah, I do the same thing, but I do like 0.0001. I do whatever like the minimum is, and if it transfers in, then I go again. If not, then I'm like, cool, I lost 0.0001.
Maybe that was a test transaction.
Oh, so next is like a billion's gonna go through next. 66 billion. Then we'll find out fucking that old prick is buying fucking Bitcoin with all his cash. Ah, man. That's interesting. There was something else I wanted to. So the FTX creditor thing. So they're saying now over 8% of the creditors are actually in countries that are not eligible for FTX distributions. More than 20 customers, including Ukraine, China, and Russia, are not eligible for FTX distributions because they're from jurisdictions not eligible for transfers at the moment. Russia, China, Egypt, Nigeria, Ukraine. FTX is reviewing options. China is the largest with 8% of its customers. Wow. And so the reason that's significant is like that's the big, so they're in stage one of the return of funds that goes to their biggest creditors first. So that's a huge amount of money, that 8%, because it's not just like small retail people that have lost, few $100, $1,000. This is like these are huge amounts of numbers. So that's kind of interesting. Why? I mean, wallets aren't jurisdictional, right? I don't know. I guess probably because it's businesses. This is crazy. I don't know.
Well, what FTX?
Yeah.
Wasn't FTX KYC?
Well, no, but they're saying 8% of their creditors are in countries that can't actually accept transactions from FTX. So, but wallets are not technically jurisdictional, right?
Technically.
Like if you do it to a KYC wallet, yes, but what if they just transfer them to a random wallet? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just that.
That's right. How they'll handle it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. That's gonna be a huge amount of money though, because they're only in stage one, right? So, and I don't know when they start stage two. I think it's March, middle of March or something. And that's when the retail investors like you and I would get money back if we had money on there, which I thankfully did not. I don't think FTX was in Canada, so.
Interesting. But let's see that Unruggables mug.
One guy who's going to be getting a big chunk is Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah. And his I guess ex-wife, right? Were they not both supposed to be involved in it, or?
I think so.
I think I wonder. I hope that they reopen that investigation, honestly, because I think that they're going to find that was government. There's a lot of suspicion around him working directly for like the Democratic Party and things like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think that's because he's trying to get pardoned now, right? So he keeps speaking. Yesterday he spoke from prison, and basically he said, I'm innocent. He did an interview on February 18th from the Manhattan Detention Center. During the 15-minute talks, he insisted FTX was solvent in November of 2022, saying there were enough assets to pay all customers back in full. He is correct there, actually. I'll go over that in a second. He blamed Sullivan and Cromwell for the collapse, adding the biggest mistake I made was backing down in November of 2022. So CZ was to blame for the crash. I don't care. People don't like that. Whatever. Fuck that. Whatever. Anyways, so there being enough money. So there was, I don't know if everyone remembers, but I think it was not long after, maybe within a couple of weeks, they had come out and said that they had found all the funds and that they were successfully able to recover. So why in the fuck did they not just turn back on, right? Because it was still solvent. Technically, there was no fraud. There was, but I mean, like, everybody could have got their money back. So why did they not do that? Instead, they just let it get out of control. Like, I don't get that.
You know, that's exactly it. If the money would have ended up back where it was supposed to be, there would have been no harm, no foul.
Right. And that's what he said. And he's right. So,
well,
like, that's, sorry, go ahead.
There still would have been criminal charges, but it wouldn't have been as bad.
Right. Because yes, there was lying on the books. I mean, yeah, that part, okay, fine. But that's not 25 years in prison. You know, for what? When there's technically no theft when all the money's there, right? Yes, he cooked the books. That's a completely different charge than frauding investors.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah.
He would have been paying fines instead of going to prison.
Right, exactly. So, and let's be honest, right? And I'll say it again, and I don't give a fuck. CZ, if he would not have posted on the timeline that bullshit, none of that would have happened. That could have been dealt with in the background. That could have been dealt with in a way that would not have caused mass fucking panic. And it wasn't. And so because of that, the whole thing got out of control. And that's why I still think that was intentional. That was a plan. I fully believe that. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of left field, but that's the reason that we know that's for sure the reason that it went down, because nothing started happening until he made that tweet. He made that tweet and you could literally see it was like fucking instantaneously. Just it was the craziest thing to see is that just completely cripple. And then the accusations flying around and this and that, and realistically, like I said, they found the money. They had it all back. So why did we end up where we ended up? So serving a 25-year fraud sentence, he accused Judge Kaplan of bias, stating Kaplan allowed the prosecutor to tell the jury that everyone had lost all their money, but then disallowed the defense addressing that and seeks a Trump pardon. So I didn't know that actually, and I don't know, but I'm guessing that this judge is probably a Democrat. I don't know where this trial was, but if it was in New York, then yeah. So convicted in 2023 after FTX and Alameda Research lost billions, Bankman-Fried spoke to the New York Sun about shifting politics from Biden in 2020 to Republicans by 2022, saying the administration was decreasingly destructive on crypto policy. He tied his case to DOJ turmoil, noting Daniel Sassoon's exit and reflecting on losing billions he planned for altruism. Per a Crypto.news report, FTX bankruptcy estate reached $15 billion, supporting his solvency claim, but repayment lags amid legal battles, including a $1.8 billion Binance suit. Other Crypto.news reports noted his parents' Trump pardon plea aligning with his bias claims post-2023 sentencing. When asked by Hoffman what he'd like to do if free, Bankman-Fried said, "It's hard to say. Right now, I have 25 years ahead of me, and I try not to think that much in the future because it's out of my control. If my appeal is successful, I'd think hard about how I would be productive again." So here's my other question. Let's say he gets pardoned. That then nullifies everything that happened. Does that not give him back control of that company and allow him to reopen it?
No, because he was legally ordered to not operate. But if he gets a pardon,
right? That's what I mean. Presidential pardons make it zero, make it like it never happened. So, what happens then?
Yeah, I mean,
because like I said, it's so like this. People literally could have their. That means that 15 billion at that time, that was 15 billion in crypto, in Bitcoin, whatever. that means that grew as the price went up. So that it has enough in there that everyone can get back one for one the crypto that they had in there. And I just don't understand why the whole thing stinks. I don't know. I think that I don't, it's hard, right? I don't necessarily think he should be pardoned 100%. I think that he is sneaky and he is a fucking snake. And yeah, he was doing some funky shit. However, he didn't take any of his customers' money, technically. He was taking money in Alameda from the,
Like,
in,
he was borrowing money.
right,
Would be a
right.
more accurate.
Right. For like that he was getting from his investors. But I mean, those are completely different charges. So, but I still don't, I mean, he has to be held accountable for fucking around. I get that, but not to this level, you know? I don't 100% support him, but I don't think that when they said that all the money was there, that's why when the judgment came down, I was very confused. And I remember us talking about that a little bit because to me, it didn't make sense. If there's 100 Bitcoin sitting, right? And that 100 Bitcoin was put in by 100 people and that's all been recovered. Why are those 100 people only getting what that value was in 2022, which is like maybe 30K versus the 100 something K that is now? Where is that extra money going? Who gets that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Where's the other 50K per Bitcoin going? I don't know. Anywho, I'll move on. I digress, but it's just weird to me. Yeah. Anyways, other than that, what a good space today, actually. Appreciate you guys for popping in. Good conversation. Hopefully this Bybit thing gets figured out. That's just, oh boy. Yeah. I'll have to see if my my little bot guy is gonna post about it. But anywho, we're gonna wrap up for today. Definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna rebrand this weekend or not. I have some more things I want to work on because I want to have a whole marketing package and stuff put together before I release. But I do definitely think you guys are gonna like it. And outside of that, I hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Alex, do you want to wait and do it maybe in the? Are we having an evening space today?
Leighton's should have an evening space. I don't do the Friday. I'm just concentrating on my Wednesday space now and doing a few pop-ups here and there. So it's only 4:30. Sorry, 11:30 EST on Wednesdays. Have the 42.
Right. Laser left, so he's not eligible.
Yeah. Well, carry it over to Leighton space.
Carry it over to Leighton space, or give it to Vet because he actually did. He's here and he did it. So I mean, I don't know. I'm almost tempted
he still has to send me some of the mutants on Soul to give away as well.
Ooh, I want one of those. Okay. All right. Let's carry it over for now. We'll carry it to Leighton space tonight, and hopefully, we can do a little giveaway. As long as I don't have to listen to 50 Cent, because every fucking time he plays that song, it drives me crazy. Yes, you heard me, Leighton's. Stop it. All right, guys.
This will be uploaded to all your favorite podcast channels.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Yeah, and Alex, I was going to take clips from my market minutes that I've done, like just as I'm reading the news. Today I did a little bit differently. We talked about it as I went down, but usually I just do it in a chunk. And then I was going to do like a little maybe thing where it's like the market minute, but just like from the space, and then post maybe something where we have like a discussion, like we can even do Discord discussions or something, and we do like 20-minute, half an hour little podcast throughout the day. I think we should try to do a couple of those a day. I don't know what you guys think, but food for thought.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think
definitely.
we talk enough and we have enough content that we could literally have like a really cool kind of, and even maybe we could go live sometimes, right? We could go live on YouTube and it's us talking about, I don't know, some of the markets, charting, whatever, just a little sneak peek. I just want to check here to confirm. So I've been working really hard to get my verified followers up because I do want to do some subscription stuff. And I finally made it yesterday, last night. So I was pushing really, really hard. So I may or may not be doing something with that, but I'd like to figure out something we can do for that as well, Alex. So,
And don't forget to sign up for BC Gaming. The link's up in the Jumbotron and down in comments. There's what is it? That you know best about BC Gaming. It's what all your favorite classic casino games and some new ones too. Especially play Crash. Watch if you watch Vet on the live stream, he can take you through everything. It's real good fun.
yes, sir. So, yeah. Outside of that, we will see you guys on Monday. Join us tonight at 7:30, Alex, 7:30 Eastern, for the Leighton's crypto show. And peace out.
The Late Late Leighton Show.
Late, late,
Yes.
late.